Welcome back to Scotty's Hobbies. I'm sure you've heard about it. AB 1421, the vehicle mileage tax. What this is going to do is just tax us another way. Just keep reaming our bank accounts for more money in California just to drive your car. They need more money to maintain vehicles. Oh my God, this is getting nuts. It's really crazy. I'm going to go over this in this video. Please like, subscribe, share. Hit the like button right now. Hit the subscribe button and the bell. I'm like going nuts right now. Also, check out the video library for a ton of helpful videos, and I also cover a ton of maintenance videos as well, not just videos like this. But this bill, AB 1421, this is the vehicle mileage tax. So on top of paying a tax at the gas pump when we fill up, now we're going to have to pay per mile to drive our vehicles. I think they said it was about 2 cents per mile, around there. Some estimations I saw where it was only going to be about $400 a year. Other estimations was going to be around $800 a year. I'm not quite sure which one to actually believe, but that is just another cost that we don't need to be able to drive our vehicles on the roads. And then on top of that, EVs don't even pay a tax to be on the road. Well, I thought. I'm going to cover that in just a minute. So currently on my vehicle, I get about 60 gallons a month of fuel times 12. I'm paying about $403, around $400 per year in gas tax, which is supposed to be to maintain the road. And there's how many millions of vehicles out there that are probably paying around the similar, I believe it was, I can't even remember right now. There's millions and millions of vehicles paying this tax to maintain the roads. Even with all these EVs on the road, there's still millions of vehicles paying this tax. So do we really need more money? I honestly think we need to do like an audit to make sure money actually goes to the right places and just make sure the money's being spent right. I think that would be like, get Doge involved. That would be the answer. Make sure that the actual money is being put to the roads, not to bureaucratic pockets. But doing this research, I'm like, before this, I'm like, EVs, I tell everybody, I've been telling everybody, I'm like, EVs don't pay a road tax. It's unfair. They don't have to maintain their vehicles, so they don't have tune-ups, they don't have oil changes, they don't have air filters, they don't have regular just maintenance that we have on our gas vehicles. And they don't even, oh, you know what they say? They don't do brakes. I heard a lot of times where these vehicle owners, these EV vehicle owners, like, we don't even have to do brakes. Like, how in the world is that even possible? Please explain that. But that's for another story. Going through doing all this research, come to find out EVs do pay a road tax. It's $118 per year on the registration fee here in California that they have to pay for a road tax. Now, $118 compared to me, my regular commuter, I'm only 20 miles from work. I only live 20 miles from work. So with me paying $400 per year in a gas tax, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are paying way more in a gas tax. And then compare that to the $118 that EV gets to pay every year. It's just another perk to get you to want to get an EV and out of an ICE vehicle. But then you run into situations like this where they want to add a vehicle mileage tax where they could just get their money either way. So they're going to make these incentives to go get an EV and then tax the heck out of you to get the same revenue that you were already paying or they were already getting. Now, what I did was I did a lot of research on this. Instead of just listening to all these news articles and coming up with opinions from reading other opinions and coming up with my own opinion, I said, you know what? Let's look into this bill. I went on the California Legislature website and found that California AB Assembly Bill 1421 was currently in the Assembly Transportation Committee. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to call them. Let me see if I could find a phone number on their website. Lo and behold, went right on their website. Down at the bottom, there is a contact phone number. I'm like, oh my gosh, I might be able to get some real information. So I hit them up. I called them yesterday, no answer. I called twice today. The second time, I got an answer. They were actually pretty helpful. I was kind of surprised, but it was pretty cool. So I didn't specifically ask right away if this bill was, what their opinion was on this bill. I said, hey, I noticed on the schedule for the House or for the Assembly, there is no Transportation Committee meetings that are going to be held within the next month or so. Is there going to be any transportation committee meetings being held before June 6th? And he said, we've already had our meetings that we're going to have for the year, yada, yada, yada. We're not going to have anything until the end of June, beginning of July. So I specifically said there's going to be nothing before June 6th. And he said, no. And I was like, well, then pretty much everything that's in the committee is going to die. And he said, pretty much yes. In other words, you know, that's the gist of the conversation. Now you might be saying, Scotty B, why June 6th though? What does that matter? Well, if you look on the calendar of, what is it, the House? Is it the House? Of both houses of California Congress, whatever it was. I'll show you right here. No, right here on this side. If you look at this calendar, June 6th is the deadline for all bills to leave the originating house that they were submitted. So all the assembly bills need to be passed by June 6th to move on to the Senate, and all the Senate bills need to pass by June 6th to move on to the assembly. They'll switch hands. Now, if they don't get passed in their originating house at that time, they go away. So, you know what this means, you guys? There is gonna be no mileage tax this year. Relieving, I hope. Now, I really did some research for you guys. I went above, I don't know if it was above and beyond, but I feel like my due diligence to find you guys the correct information. So please like, and just understand, when I'm trying to find knowledge for you guys or bring these videos out to you guys, I'm not just looking at other people's opinions. I'm actually trying to come up with actual real knowledgeable facts and let you know the train of thought and the thought process that brings you my opinions. Everything that I'm talking about, there's gonna be links in the description below for you to go check them out. If you feel that I'm wrong in any sort of way, comment below and let me know. Now, my opinion on a mileage tax is it's inevitable. We are going to get a mileage tax some day and age, especially here in California where everybody is buying EVs. And if you go talk to people, there's a lot of people that want to buy EVs. Personally, I wouldn't mind getting a EV to commute in. I'm only 20 miles away. If I could find me a cheap $10,000 EV that will get me 60, 80 miles a day for cheap, I probably would do it, especially if my job offers to charge vehicles for free while we're at work. That would be a huge incentive to get in an EV. As it is right now, I have never touched the EV. I've never pet one. I've never been in one. I don't have the desire to get in one other than if somebody gives me one. I'm not going to go purchase one. Same with the hybrid. I really like the concept of a hybrid. I'm really more interested in getting a hybrid more than a EV. So the bills that are going, the CRAs that are going through the House right now, in the US House, those CRAs are going to make it or keep it so that the gas ban of 2035 or the EV mandate 2035 is no longer going to be applicable. So we're going to have the options to buy those vehicles. That's what I really like. And now I'm on a way different tangent. So all in all, I hope this video was helpful for you. And if it was, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the ring bell, tell everybody about Scotty's hobbies, and join the conversation in the comments below, please. I will see you guys on the next hopefully helpful video.